Hello, everybody. Welcome to Three Wheels of Wrestling Podcast. Yes, another wrestling podcast. I am Willy Tiny, and my hosts today are Will the Thrill and L.A. Willie. Yeah.
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 Let's jump in and hit our music.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
This is the Three Wheels of Wrestling Podcast.
All right, we are here today to discuss the WWE WrestleMania Fan Experience. Our host here, L.A. Willie, got a chance to attend WrestleMania.
Yeah.
How was that experience for you, L.A. Willie?
Um, it's hard to put into words. That was my first WrestleMania appearance. I've been to the Lincoln Financial Field before, but this is the first time that I went to a live show. So first arriving there, first impression, it was like, your breath was taken away by, just the surreal of you being there and seeing the, like the stage and, it's, if this was a dream, I didn't want to wake up. I mean, that's how, like how real it was for me, and for my family and friends that attended WrestleMania with me and shared this experience with me. Um, yeah, there are myself with my family. It was a good experience. Like I said, it is something that will always be with me forever. And and I mean, you probably hear a little emotional, but it's like something that I was glad to share with my family and my very close friends. Um, like I said, it's not enough words to describe, like this 2 night event, the WrestleMania 40, the, extra large. And by that, they did deliver, to their name, extra large, like Philly. Nobody can do it like Philly. Let's put it that way.
Did you feel an aura around you when you got there? Like that? What did that feel like your body?
It's like standing in time, like just taking it all in, like 39 previous WrestleMania, watching it at home or watching it at a bar with friends or watching it at a friend's house, but to actually be standing there at WrestleMania, just taking it all in, it's just like you said, there was like something special about that weekend. Yeah, this we are. It's like you had to take it all in.
Was this your first WrestleMania?
Very first. And probably one of many to come because we've already talked about if they bring it, like close or they bring it back to Philly, you can trust LA Willie. Yeah, we'll be right there.
Yeah, they put out a petition to try to get it again sooner than later.
I did read about that, because now it's like being there, seeing it in person, and knowing that it was in Philly, doing it Philly style. It's like any WrestleMania you watch now, I'm going to be saying like we did it better.
Mm-hmm.
I say it's
They,
no better crowd than the Philadelphia crowd. Like the whole entire experience, the whole weekend. Like shout out to the Philadelphia fans. Uh, they came out to party.
Great. Do you remember what section you were sitting in?
Section 109, row 10.
do you still have the ticket?
On my phone, yes, I do. Yeah, I think they'll be there for a while.
A keepsake. Better
For
screenshot it if you
for
can.
keepsake, yes.
It's Debbie
Were
Johnson
you
says hi,
standing
but
the
that
whole
is
time?
Huh?
Were you standing the whole time?
I would say probably like 90% of it, when during intros or during crowd reaction. But when usually when the match got started, like a lot of people would sit down. So it was more like standing up like during the moments. Yeah.
Did you have any trouble with the lights, the light situation?
Funny you should mention that because we were in the section that was blinded by the light amongst other sections. So we were a small fraction of the group that started that chant like, "Oh, please turn the light off." So yeah, like on night one, it happened for a short time, but not. But I want to say like night two, we got more of the spotlight than night one, and it's funny that it happened during AJ Styles match because I read a few comments that people said this happened before, like during his matches or other live events. So yeah, we unfortunately we got the spotlight.
So, what was your favorite moment among
um,
many? Among many.
there's two that I ranked in the top five coming out of that weekend. For me, the number one was Damian Priest cashing in the Money in the Bank. Because there was a lot of talk, a lot of chatter, like whether he was or he wasn't, whether he was going to be, he was going to expire and not cash it in, or attempt and fail, like some of the other superstars in the past. Yeah, that's my family again. But that's my number one moment for me, being that Damian Priest, being a Latino champion, a Puerto Rican champion in over 50 years since Pedro Morales. So for me, that was like the top moment and a very sentimental moment, just relating, seeing like Puerto Rican champ once again, in all this time. And then I would say the second moment would be being there watching Cody Rhodes finish his story finally. Like I know that should be like number one in a lot of people's mind, but like I'm sticking with Damian Priest there at number one and Cody at number two. And then I would say probably like the next one would be the appearance of the Undertaker. Like all the talks, all the rumors, the speculation is like Stone Cold, like uh, Cena was no secret, but like Stone Cold was like the other name that was rumored to appear to help Cody Rhodes finish the story. But the fact that it ended up being the Undertaker, like that took me away. Like I was, I guess I was like, stop, time stopped around me, and I'm like the only one standing there. But I jumped up and down like a little kid seeing the Undertaker for the very first time, and like
Go-
I've seen him live before, but I saw him as the American Badass version of the Undertaker, not really the Dead Man. But like for me, seeing him in WrestleMania 40 was a little bit of both the American Badass and the Dead Man. So like seeing him live, at the moment that he came out, that was like, you know, a close second there, but I'll put it right behind Cody Rhodes finishing his story.
Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button. Any questions? Will the thrill for LA Willie?
Yeah.
what kind of merchandise did you purchase while you were there?
Um, none. Surprisingly, like I already had my merch prior to arriving at WrestleMania. The only thing that I was expecting to get was the commemorative magnet, but we ended up finding out that they'll be mailing those to your home. Anybody that like purchase one or for that day, but yeah, so basically like anything, because some of those lines for the merch stores or like to get your merch were insanely long. You thought they were giving away something free, like as many people that were in line. So yeah, me and my family we didn't purchase anything. Some of my friends, purchased, food and beverage. They were giving, I believe it was like a commemorative cup for your drink. So I saw a lot of those. A couple of my friends, bought them. But like for me, it was 99.9% of the time was for me just to be sitting in my seat. I only got up one time to use the restroom, and that was when they brought out the Hall of Famers. So outside of that, I didn't miss one action. I
So
was
pretty much
sitting
you
there.
use that one as the intermission to go to the bed.
Yeah,
Good timing.
as soon as the match was over, it's like, all right, let's go. So when I was away and I came back to my seat, my family was like, the only thing you missed was them bringing the Hall of Famers out on the stage, so you didn't miss any of the action because night one, I sat through the whole thing. I did not get up once on that 40 something degree weather night. So, once the show was over, I headed for the hills. Like everybody got out of my way.
Did you happen to go to any other events during the week or weekend?
During the weekend, no. The main goal was mostly WrestleMania. I did think about going to the NXT Stand and Deliver, but that would have been a long day. Not as much for myself, but for my family.
Yeah.
Like that would have been a hectic day and very long. And knowing that it was going to be a cold night on Saturday, so you know, so we just like arrived to our hotel, that early Saturday, and checked in and waited till it was WrestleMania time and made our way down probably like 5-ish to
Yeet.
the stadium. Yeah, that was me in night one with me yeet man. And I was glad that like the matches turned out the way they did on which night because besides this, like you saw in the picture, I was all yeeted out. So it worked out well because if not, I was going to be pulling a double shirt night. I always come prepared.
All your favorites won, correct?
All of them won except for Logan Paul.
Oh yeah.
Mm. I think the sentiment around my section was anybody but Paul.
Yeah. 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 Definitely.
So I mean, it was like I say, it was such a awesome night. It's I've rewatched WrestleMania and I still watch like clips and highlights from WrestleMania, and I don't think I will get tired anytime soon.
So what? How would you rank out of all the events and anything that happened in your life compared to going to WrestleMania?
Ooh,
Ooh,
gotta be
that's a
careful now.
I know your family's watching.
yeah, they are watching. Um, I don't know.
You
It's up
put it
there.
on
That's
the
a tough one.
spot.
That's a tough one there. Like I said, I do have to put it in the top five, but
Okay.
I'll give you that. But it's up there. It's up there.
I, I believe it. Does it come close to the birth of your child? How about getting married?
Yeah. No, no, the wedding day. That was awesome because we kind of went a little NWO, for
Yeah.
life.
Don't worry, Melissa. We love you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Our,
man,
our
but
next.
mhm.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like just the atmosphere, was like awesome, and another good part was seeing Jason Kelsey and Lane Johnson just like show up. That's what I'm saying. That like we talked about it like jokingly, like would it be awesome if like he, like popped in and sure enough, it happens to be a Rey Mysterio match. So it's like our section went in, nuts because everybody loved Jason Kelsey. So
Oh yeah, and Lane Johnson.
yep,
I hear that. I hear rumors. Jason Kelsey is training,
I heard the
getting
same.
I
more
heard that
training.
too.
Yep, I heard that, and I think he would make good.
Our next guest is waiting. Should we bring him on? You ready?
Bring him on.
All right.
Hello, guys.
Hey.
Hey,
Hi, guys.
hey, Jay Pagano. Let me give you a proper introduction here.
Okay.
Please welcome the new Monster Factory student, Jay Pagano.
Yay.
Yeah.
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 So this is your second appearance on our show.
It is. Yeah.
That's
Thank
what's
you.
up.
Yeah.
And still, you have the highest amount of views on our YouTube channel. Your
Oh, wow.
episode.
Nice.
Well over the hundreds.
Awesome.
It's like
Well deserved.
124 views or something.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that, man.
Well, thank you guys for having me on again.
You're welcome. Anytime. Anytime, Jay, you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
So how was your WrestleMania experience?
It was awesome, man. It was awesome. Yeah, I've always wanted to go since I was a kid. So to finally be there and just walking in and seeing the stage and all that, it was awesome. I loved every second of it.
I bet you did.
Yeah, and that
What was
main event was crazy.
night 1 or night 2?
Night two, the night two main event. Well, both main events were really good, but the night two main event was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Do you remember where you were sitting? What section?
No, I don't remember the exact seats, but they were good seats though. We weren't that far off of the ring. And we had a great view. We were like right across from the ring was right in front of us, and the whole stage was right there. So we had a great view. I just don't remember the actual seats, like the numbers that they were.
Wow, man, that sounds
You
like
were
an
in a-
Yeah,
experience.
it was awesome,
Yep.
man. All thanks to my dad, by the way. So he makes it special for me. So I wouldn't do any of it if it wasn't with him.
That's well
Yes, I
said.
agree.
Well said. So Jay, which match stood out? Which match stood out to you the most?
Well, it would have to be the Cody and Roman match, night two. And I want Cody to win, so I was very happy that Cody won. I love Roman though too, but I wanted it was time for Cody to win. But I do acknowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yes, I know you're a true wrestling fan. You love wrestling through and through.
yeah, I do. I've loved it all my life.
That's
Mhm.
good.
Yeah, there you go. That's right,
Yeah.
right. That's where we were sitting. That was our seat. So we just stood up and took the pictures, and that's how close we were to the stage.
Nice.
So you're on.
shirt too.
Yep. My dad got that for us. So we had the WrestleMania shirts, and I'm wearing the hoodie right now.
Sweet.
Nice.
So.
They say he was blinded by the light as well, huh?
The light's gonna bother me.
Good.
They were, yeah. People were chanting to turn the lights off, but I could see fine. but yeah, they had an issue with the lights for one of the matches.
Yeah. You know what? That could have been Uncle Howdy, playing
Yeah,
tricks in the bag.
maybe.
Because everything starts in Philly.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, that's true. Bray Wyatt hit back in Philly too. When he made his return at Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
Philadelphia also.
I was there for that. That was an awesome experience too. To see that.
How about when fellow Monster Factory alumni cashed in and won the money and won the championship when he cashed in?
I know that was. I was very. I knew he was gonna cash in. I just knew it. I don't know how I knew it, but I knew he was gonna cash in, And my
Yeah.
dad didn't think he was, but I knew he was, and it was I loved seeing it. I love Damien, and my dad loves Damien, so it was awesome to see him cash in and win the belt.
Hey Jay, he's my new favorite wrestler.
Oh really?
Yes, he is.
Well, it's a good one to have. Good favorite wrestler to have. Yeah.
I think we all became Damian Priest fans after he did that. Well
Yeah,
timed, well executed.
Yeah.
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 There was a lot of people in our chat in our section that didn't believe it was going to happen because it's like after he's hugged his family and looking at the camera, it's like I'm thinking like, are they going to fade to like the next match or a product or something? But as soon as he looked over at CM Punk, I'm like, I think it's happening. you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. For sure.
so his arrogance can't let it go.
Yep. Exactly.
Here's a picture from you over the weekend with the Hardy Boys.
Yes.
Nice.
My favorite wrestlers. It was awesome to get to meet them.
I bet it was.
Did Matt
Did you
give
have-
any tips on where he's going?
No, he didn't. He didn't tell me anything. Didn't tell me anything.
Not a tidbit.
Nope. Unfortunately not.
Well, we were hoping that they probably was going to show up for the ladder match, like before they started like announcing the teams. We were like, are they going to make another return like, in previous WrestleMania?
Did you happen to go to Jeff Hardy's concert? I remember we talked about this.
I did not.
Okay.
I don't remember where I was, but I was somewhere else Thursday. I don't remember where I was. But I was not able to make it there. But I do listen to his music though on my phone. So
You went to WWE World.
yep, we did. We went on Sunday.
Nice.
And ECW, my dad's favorite thing. He loves ECW. So we had to get a picture of her in the ECW thing that they had set up.
Doing the Rob Van Dam stunt.
Yep, RVD. That's his favorite wrestler. My dad's favorite wrestler is RVD.
So who's your favorite wrestler?
Jeff Hardy.
That's right, you did say that.
Yep, Jeff
I was
Hardy.
just seeing if I could swerve you a little bit. So how's things been going for you at the Monster Factory?
Good. I think it's been about 3 months now. I'm starting to pick up some stuff, and it's a lot of fun. I love training there. Everybody there is awesome. Great people, great coaches, great shows. So I can't wait to get in the ring. But I'm not rushing anything though. Take my time, make sure I'm ready, and then get in and show everybody what I got.
That's
Nice.
what's up, man. Nice.
Do you have a time frame? Maybe you'll show up on TRL on Friday nights.
I don't have a time
You
frame
think?
for it.
No. Okay.
You never know though. I mean, if my dad's ready, he can show up, and I might be with him. So, never know what'll happen. But I don't have a time frame right now though.
If either one of yous might make appearance on TRL, please let me know. I've been going a lot. Will the Thrill's been going a lot with me.
I'll definitely let you know.
I want to see your debut so bad.
Yes.
Even your dad's re-debut.
I'll make sure I message you and I'll let you know when we're getting ready.
Nice.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course.
Indeed.
Any questions, guys, for Jay? Any more questions?
No question.
Jay, LA Willy was at WrestleMania also.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
What was your favorite match?
Damian Priest cashing in, and then Cody Rhodes finishing his story. And my family, like my wife, she enjoyed the 6-pack ladder match. It was a tag team. And I enjoyed like the Bailey match, like with her new entrance and new hairstyle. Like I didn't realize she had the pyramids shaved in.
Yeah,
I think that's a good look for her. Yeah, I was like happy for Bailey, winning the title.
yeah. Yeah, that was another good match. And then Rhea Ripley and Becky had a good match too. The band that sings Rhea Ripley's song is my favorite band. So
Yeah,
it was
I
awesome
think
to see
I think
that.
that was one of the best entrances I've seen. Especially for like in the women's division. But like that night, her entrance on the WrestleMania weekend and Seth Rollins' entrance are like the two of my favorite entrants of WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah, they were both awesome entrances.
But that's a record that was broken thanks to Rhea winning. Most people who have live bands
Hmm.
end up losing the match.
Yeah, she did break that that
He broke
curse.
that record of, of the winless streak.
I didn't know that. That's
Mhm.
Yeah, because what is it? Seth Rollins had his big entrance, lost.
Yep.
Gunther
Triple H
had his big
came
entrance,
for it with
lost.
Motorhead coming twice and lost twice.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, that is a
Any
fun
final?
fact. Was a thrill. Like I never really paid attention to that. Like when they have live bands or anything like that, they tend to lose.
Yeah, I never realized that either.
Good job, Will.
Yeah.
Any final questions for Jay? We got our next guest waiting.
It's nice seeing you, Jay. Thanks again for popping up, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
glad you enjoyed WrestleMania weekend.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Thank you.
Anytime. Doors open.
Awesome. I'll see you guys later.
See you later.
Yo.
Welcome.
Hey, what's
Welcome,
up?
Mr. Keith Marcelle,
I
my
appreciate that.
Ink Slayer.
Thank you guys very much for having me. I really appreciate it. Also real quick before we get any further, Jay and Joe, congratulations for making it to the Monster Factory. That's so awesome. That's a couple local guys, you know what I mean, doing the right thing. That's cool.
Sweet.
Yep.
Yeah, it's awesome. How you guys been?
Very good.
Great.
Good.
Nice Fear Factory shirt.
Yep, I was gonna say.
I know, I do what I can. I knew you'd like that one.
This is
Oh,
Mr.
that's a
Keith
point to call.
Marcelle. You can catch him at Bone Daddy's Tattoo. There's his information for you.
Pennell Road.
Bone Daddy's is located in Aston, PA, right on Pennell Road. As you see it, my tattoo appointment.
Yeah, you're due, man. I think you're due.
I'm well overdue.
Yeah, right.
It's been at least 3 years.
Yeah, it's been a little bit. That's all right though. You'll catch up.
So as we're going to talk here, ask you questions, I'm going to put up pictures.
Sure thing.
So what was your favorite moment at WrestleMania?
Well, first and foremost, like just being there, starting off in the parking lot and that sort of thing. Everybody was crazy. It was awesome, even though it was really cold outside. It was freezing cold when we were out in the parking lot. Once we get in, you see how. Yeah, do you see how huge everything has been?
Mm-hmm.
It was wild. You have that many people in one place, all for the same thing. It was pretty crazy. Just the whole majesty of it was insane. It was really fun though. We had a great time.
Who'd you go with?
I went with my son. We actually had a group of us. There was probably a group of 10.
Same here.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the best way to do it. You know what I mean? Get out there. You have a whole bunch of, people that you're kind of, you enjoy being with. We had a great time. We had, like my brother-in-law. Well, two of my brother-in-laws actually. My son. We had a great time. Unfortunately, the bad part is I didn't take very many pictures or anything like that. I think a lot of it was just because I was in the moment. I mean, everything was so big and so impressive. It was really cool. It was a really cool experience, and one that if I could do it again, absolutely. Philly again. I'm ready. I'm ready for it.
The bid's in. The bid is in.
Yeah, hey, if they do it again, I'll be there. It was crazy.
That's two of us.
Yeah, it was insane. So
The photos I just put up, they were Keith's flash work.
yeah,
he drew up.
some flash. Yeah, they were cool. I did them a
Nice.
while ago, probably back, I don't know, quite a few years ago, and I'm still waiting to do them.
Oh, I love the bat.
Thank you.
I'm
Give
not
it some
gonna lie,
Nice.
I'm a punk when it comes to tattoos. One, I
Hey.
can never decide what I want.
That's the hardest part. Once you get it, once you get the idea down, it all goes from there. You get the one, they're like potato chips. You start to have more and more. You end up
You're not
like,
lying.
like me.
Do you remember what section you were sitting in?
Yeah, we were in the club box. We were C26, so we were a little bit higher on. I had a little bit of an obstructed seat just because of the light rig. So I saw one corner of the ring was kind of a little hard to see, but for me at that moment and at that time, you just look up at the camera or and see what's going on and everything like that up there, and then you were fine. But I was really more there for just the atmosphere and just being in the moment. I let my son sit on the other side, and everybody else that I was with on the opposite side, so they had a little bit of a better view. So it was
So it was safe to say that you weren't blinded by the light.
No, I was not. No, I was up there.
Man, all these lucky guests,
Yeah. No, I was up there.
Yeah, like Willie, seems like you were blinded by the light sometimes.
Hey, I had these on the whole night, so it's like helped out.
Yeah, I heard the chants. Everybody was, doing the chants. Yeah, it was funny.
Oh, that's too funny.
Yeah.
And it's even more funnier, like going back and rewatching WrestleMania and actually hearing the chant come through.
Well, I don't know if you've noticed or not, but like I felt as if when we were there, it was so much louder than it was actually.
It was.
It seemed on a lot. I saw a lot of stuff online. Everybody's like, "Oh, Philly wasn't loud enough. Philly wasn't loud." I was like, "Philly was pretty loud."
Philly was loud.
It was pretty loud. I think it was just the open air and everything like that kind of didn't do well for the program.
Yeah, for night one, it was, a lot
It
of
was
people were like,
it was
more
also
focused on-
freezing. It was also freezing cold.
I think a lot of
Yeah.
people were focused on like staying warm.
Yeah. Conserving their heat and energy. Yeah.
Yeah, for night two. Yeah.
So did you buy any merch while you were there?
I did. I bought the I did get the commemorative cups just because we got our beers and our sodas and stuff like that in there. But we also got I also got a couple T-shirts. The I was there, WrestleMania 2024 T-shirts.
Nice ink.
We didn't make our way around to everything because when we had kind of gotten there, we were just kind of taking it all in. I think we were sitting at our seats just like in complete awe of like, and I think at one point I turned around to my brother-in-law and I was like, dude, we're at WrestleMania right now. You know what I mean? It was so, it was crazy. It was a fun time though.
Nice. So it was
You
a
have a
good experience all around for the people who went. That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. It was so much fun. Everybody had a good time.
Check out this tattoo.
Yeah, little Bray Wyatt. That's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. In the let's say the current roster. Unfortunately, rest in peace. I just watched the Bray Wyatt documentary. It's fantastic. So good.
It was well put together.
It was very well put together. I was really happy to see that. Like they kind of gave you some stuff to look forward to without giving you too much information, and I think there's going to be a something hopefully that comes out of that. That's be pretty cool.
Yeah, I watched it over the week myself, and
first
like I say, it was a tearjerker. Yeah,
it was hard at times, and it's funny because it's weird thinking about that. Like it's still kind of for me. I feel like it's like he's gonna like just come out as as a new character or something like that. It's not. It doesn't seem real, just yet.
Doesn't
And I
seem
think
like-
that's what a lot of people were saying, especially in the documentary. It's like it's just doesn't feel real. It's pretty wild.
What was your favorite match?
Oh my god, ladder match. I'm an ECW guy. I'm an ECW guy. So I've done ECW for years and years and years. And ladder matches, that's it. Anything with tables, ladders, chairs, anything like that's always good. I also
Oh my.
what was that?
I said, "Oh my."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong. But
No.
my favorite match was Sami Zayn. I'm a big Sami Zayn fan. I'm a big Kevin Owens fan, just because they kind of have that, I don't think there's a single wrestler that you can put in the ring with either of those guys and you can't walk out with a great match.
Now that you brought up Sami Zayn,
Yeah.
Mojo 13, Bar 13.
Yes. Yep.
One night I was in there seeing a band, and Sami Zayn was in there.
Are you kidding me?
No. This
Awesome.
was years ago. Like
Really?
he was El Generico at the time.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I I heard the name, but I didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
Like he was just dancing around the circle bar, doing that dance he does.
Yeah.
No mask.
Oh, that's cool. That's
Yeah.
really awesome. But Sami Zayn, oh my gosh, yes. That's
Bring
on
those
yours.
back.
I think you
Old
picked
school
all
ice
yours.
cream bar.
That's awesome.
A lot of them were mine.
Yeah, that's cool.
I get a lot of compliments on that.
Yeah, that's good. That's one of my favorites. It's so fun. But yeah, I mean, Sami Zayn that turnbuckle brainbuster.
Oh, that was awesome.
Come on. You can't. That was what sold me. I was like, I love that match. It was great.
Yeah,
That was sick.
Yeah,
it
it
was
was great.
sick.
I think everybody was like, oh.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, because it almost looked like he botched it. That's why the ref immediately ran to check on
Gunther.
Gunther.
Yeah. It was a wild one. But
And then took two kicks to the face.
mm-hmm.
Like we said, you can catch Keith, make an appointment with Bone Daddies. He's at least 3 months out. Is it 3 months for an appointment?
I believe it's somewhere around there. Yeah.
Yeah. He's that good, guys. He's that good.
I appreciate that always. And I'll do wrestling tattoos all day.
yeah.
I have a million of them. Let's go. Let's come up with those ideas.
You'll do anything.
Yeah, well, that too. I'll do anything, but you got a wrestling idea, let me know. That 3 months might turn into like a month.
Okay. All right.
I will see you in September, Keith.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for your time.
Absolutely. Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you.
I appreciate it.
Thank
Very nice
you.
meeting all of you.
yeah.
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 Yeah. All right, it's time to bring on our next guest.
Oh, the dream.
There he is.
Baby, we are on. It's 8:05. Baby, we're at the mothership. We're at the mothership station. You know where the big boys play, if you will. Baby, I'm just a common man, if you will.
Let's welcome the common man, the Dream.
Welcome.
I was so hoping he was going to do that. I was so hoping he was going to do that.
What's
Yeah.
going on, baby? How you guys, living life on the end of a lightning bolt tonight?
Indeed, Dusty. Or what would you like us to call you? How would you
Baby.
like us? How would you like us to address you?
I'm the second most recognizable athlete in the world today, second only to Muhammad Ali.
That's great.
I'm going to break kayfabe for a second. You can. A lot of people call me. My name is Mike. Obviously, a lot of people call me Dusty. Baby, whatever. I got a lot of nicknames. The son of a plumber, the common man, and the bull of the woods, if you will.
My mom would love this.
Guys,
was a
thanks
big
for having me on. I'm gonna go back and forth like it's kind of like Two-Face in Batman. He turns his face one way. It's like, baby, welcome to the show. It's like, all right, stop that. Enough already.
Whatever you want to do.
Whatever you want to do.
Welcome.
So, obviously, you were at the event. To explain to us your experience going to WrestleMania 40.
Well, I heard you guys talking about night one. Baby, it was cold outside. It was hard times, Daddy. And then I had to pay $9 for a hot cup of coffee from Dunkin' Donuts, if you will, to keep myself warm. And then I had to go to the bathroom a lot from drinking cold beer, $20 a beer. I do.
No, he did go up and down, like past me a few times because I was in section 109, and my wife's like, "Who's this guy supposed to be?" I'm like, "That's the American dream."
I do. You know, night one was cold.
Mm-hmm.
I know the people around me. I seen a lot of the young kids. They were, you know, under blankets. It was tough. I seen a lot of people leave after the entrances of the main event at night one. The entrances for the main event night one were, I mean, they knocked me off my feet. I mean, The Rock, Roman, I mean, the entrances were over the top, and that's the way it's supposed to be at WrestleMania. But I think, you know, I could tell, I think everyone was concentrating on staying warm and just really couldn't, I mean, it was hard to cheer. But night two was a different story. Night two, the weather was perfect. Night one, I was in section 133, and night two, I was on the floor.
Yeah.
And at one point in the middle of Cody's match, he was struggling. I had to get up and work the crowd a little bit, which I did. So
yeah, he did. He sure did. Yeah.
And it was phenomenal experience. I still trying to get my voice back.
Yeah,
you had to cheer on your son, man. You had to cheer on your son.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I had to be there. I think just everything fell into place. That it was in Philly. I live about an hour away from the link. You know, I didn't even have a ticket up until 2 hours before night two, and somebody blessed me. Somebody was like, "I have a floor ticket." I was trying to get on the floor.
Nice.
And a buddy of mine, Tim, really good guy, and he got beat for a ticket. I don't know what happened. And he looked at me. He's like, "Listen, if anyone is going to get this ticket, it's going to be you." And we came to agreement. We talked some numbers, friendly little bargain, and he blessed me definitely to be on the floor. It was an experience. As soon as I got there, I went to my seat. I got my bracelet, and I was, I was soaking it all in. I made it to the show, the showcase of the immortals, if you will. But yeah, I'm very lucky, and it was great to be there to see Cody do it, and fans, and the whole weekend. That's right outside WrestleCon. He's just hanging out, having a cigarette. And he's telling me about wrestling Dusty in Japan. He actually got to wrestle Dusty one-on-one in Japan, and he still remembers it.
That's
so, yeah, really cool guy. I mean, everyone I've met that week, the weekend was really cool, from the fans to the wrestlers to just everybody.
I gotta apologize. I knocked you off track with that picture.
No, that's okay. That's all part of the weekend.
Yeah.
My buddy, shout out to the Macho Man, the Macho Verse, who you guys see me with. He's sending me pictures and videos that I don't even remember taking. It was just it was nuts with the pictures and the videos and the fans and everything. It was so fun, but some of it I'm like, oh my God, I don't even remember taking that picture.
So obviously your favorite part was when Cody won the championship.
Yeah, I mean, night two, I was just like counting down to the main event. I mean, the people sitting with me, I'm like looking, I'm like, how many matches left are there? I'm like, how many more to the main event? And I was kind of nervous. It's like when your team is in the Super Bowl or the championship, and I'm like, you're just like it. Every minute is just, I mean, they could have went any way possible with that main event.
Yes.
And I think they really did outstanding job. The whole thing was so good. Cody winning, obviously, I think it was the right ending to send everybody home happy. WrestleMania 40. I don't think they could have done it any better. Not as much interference. Some people thought it was going to be a total, circus, which it wasn't. And I believe Undertaker was always the locker room leader. And it felt like him coming out like, wait a minute. No, Rock. I'm the boys. I'm the lead. You're not doing this to the boys.
Mhm.
You're not doing this to the boys, especially this boy. You're not doing this to this boy. I'm taking you. Everyone's going to cancel each other out. And it's got to be them too. So I thought it was perfect.
Well
Do you
said.
believe if Cody lost, it would have been Dusty all over again?
Yes.
If he would have lost, I think maybe he would have lost a little momentum because people would be like, wow, we went through a comeback, a loss, a torn pec, 2 Royal Rumble victories. And to be honest, if Vince was still there, I don't know if Cody wins. I'll be dead honest with you. And that's what I thought. When Cody won, I said, you could tell it was building. This is Paul Levesque era. This is the Renaissance.
Mhm.
When they started saying all that, I'm like, we're moving in a new direction, a very good direction. And I think he deserved it. I think he's earned it for sure.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, fully agree 100.
Yeah, he's making wrestling watchable again on especially on Monday Night Raw. Like,
I mean, baby, they're straight from my loins, baby. Natural death and rose. The view, if you spend your life, if I work behind it, the view never changes, baby. The view never changes, baby. I had met Dustin at WrestleCon, and my friend was recording it. We were both doing a little Dusty together, and he took my cowbell, and he's like, I don't know, it's a little small for the bull rope's a little small. I'm like, baby, that's not for the cows, baby. That's for the Rock. And when I said the Rock, he started going into his F the Rock, stuff. And he was really cool to see him and Mama Rhodes and Dusty's daughter Teal. They're so very nice and supportive of me. They're really great people. And I just congratulated them on all their recent success and the Dusty Rhodes Foundation. So it like really put a bow on everything. And I'm wearing the polka dots now, but when I met Dustin, I was wearing the bunkhouse stampede look with the cowboy hat and the jeans with the knee pads. There it is.
there it is.
Baby, wrestling has more than one family, baby. And I really, those smiles are genuine from them. I mean, they're really good people. And I was like, oh, you want to take a picture of Mama Rose? I'm like, is it okay if we get the whole family in here? I'm like, you guys all you all have to be in this picture. And I'm like, if it's okay with you. And they're like, of course. And man, that picture, I think I'm going to hang that up in my living room.
As you should.
Really great people, well-deserving. Man, I can't say enough good things about them. And very down to earth. And I'm blessed to have their support and for them allowing me to do this.
Yeah, can't get no higher than the blessing of the family themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
So what started you to cosplay as the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes?
WrestleMania 29. He was supposed to be at Access. I was with a bunch of my buddies, and I just made a polka dot shirt. I went to Party City and bought a $10 wig, and I had a headband and an elbow pad. Baby, it's still bionic, baby. It's still bionic. And I wanted to, I had seen people dress up as Macho and Hogan. I'm like, why can't I dress up as my favorite? And he didn't make it to WrestleCon. I mean, Access, unfortunately. But he was at the desk, the preview desk. And at the end of the preview desk, he spotted me, him and JR. They were kind of talking to each other's ear. And he grabbed a security guard and he walked down to the guardrail. And he gave me a hug. He's like, baby, I love it. I love it, baby.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. That's how it started in WrestleMania 29 in MetLife Stadium.
Nice.
Nice.
I was lucky enough to go to WrestleMania 33, and I went to it was called Access at the time,
Right.
and I got to meet Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah,
That was sweet.
Dustin's a really good guy. You know, obviously they all miss Dusty. It's a lot bigger than what we can imagine, you know, losing their dad, their husband, and but they honor him and the Dusty Rhodes Foundation, and you know, they've done biographies on him, and I think Sunday they're doing a Most Wanted Treasures with Cody, trying to find Dusty stuff.
Right.
So
They might be knocking on your door.
I had to clear some people had told me, how dare you? I said, this is not his. This is custom from the t-shirt guy in the mall. Number one, I would never wear his stuff. Number two, if I owned it. And I'm not a collector at all. I'm all about experiences and memories. I don't have much. I don't have much at all. I mean, I see these people, WWE World, taking out a second mortgage on their house. Baby, they're going to the pay window. You know, they're going to the pay window. I'm not into collecting, and I'm a huge New York Giants fan, so, man, I couldn't buy any of that stuff in that Green Eagles Philly.
What?
I couldn't buy a thing.
You lucky you got the dream on, man.
I mean, what do you want from me? I'm a kid who grew up in Brooklyn and now living in Jersey. What team did you want me to root for? The Cowboys?
Oh,
No.
I mean, I'm not a front runner. I was there from the Dave Brown, Danny Cannell days, you know, Jason Sehorn, all, you know. We went through hard times, Daddy. We went through, you know, getting smacked in the face by, you know, Ray Lewis and the Baltimore Ravens in the Super Bowl, baby.
Oh, man.
You guys were all at Mania? Oh, there it is.
Nice.
That's at a convention. That's a few months later. And the story here is his handler, the guy Mike, who was, you know, who would, you know, sell you the ticket to go meet Dusty. I walk in there dressed like that, and he looks me up and down. He's like, I don't know if he's gonna like this. I'm like, oh no. You know, I thought maybe they thought it was a rib. And I'm like, it's not a rib. It's just that's how I grew up remembering Dusty. I never seen any NWA stuff when I was a kid. I grew up on the polka dots.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got up to Dusty, I was like, Dusty, do you remember me? He's like, I remember you, baby. He's like, I love it, baby. I love it. So I had been told him by Dusty, since I saw you, I've been wearing the polka dots. I went to wrestling events and people take pictures of me and they love it. I'm like, what do you think? Should I keep doing it? He's like, baby, you have to, baby. You have to keep it going. And I haven't been to a wrestling event or convention or anything not dressed like Dusty since WrestleMania 29. Do the math.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're at 40 now.
Hey, you got it from the man himself. So
yes.
More.
And his handler, actually, who works with the Dusty Rhodes Foundation, he told the family. I had told them the story, and he came behind me and he was like, I was there. He's like, he's telling the truth. I seen that happen. He's like, This is the same guy. So it's kind of, my story is like, I enjoy doing it. It's like I can't break it. Like I can't not do Dusty wherever I go.
Yeah, you gotta keep the dream alive. Yeah,
you know, I gotta keep it alive. And now, you know, over WrestleMania, I had four different outfits, 4 different eras of Dusty over the weekend.
Nice.
And Ricky Morton pulls me to the side the last day, and he's like, I love what you do, man. He's like, I wish somebody would dress up like me for 4 days in a row. He said, every day I see you got a new different outfit on. It's like, I wish someone would dress up like me for a change. And I laughed. I said, hey, you got, if you're going to do it right, you got to do it right. And you got to do it WrestleMania.
Yeah. So on at the end of WrestleMania Night 2, did you stay to the final end, or did you try to beat the traffic like a good portion of the crowd?
No, I still to the end. I tried to get as close. I actually got up to the barricade and I shook Triple H's hand.
Nice.
I was trying to get to Cody, but it was crazy. And then they were kicking everybody out. Security was like real tight about getting everybody away, especially if you weren't sitting there, you know.
Yeah.
We had taken an Uber there, so you weren't getting an Uber for at least an hour after the event. So we went across the street baby, we went to celebrate, baby, at the Xfinity. We were partying all night long, if you will. So, I mean, I was like, this is the last night. We got to do it right. And I was with my friends, Macho Man and Big Lou. Shout out to them. Had a great weekend with them. We had time of our lives. And we were just, drinking a couple beers and taking pictures of people. And we literally were celebrating. We were having fun. It was like the end of the weekend.
Yeah. I mean, that parking lot was packed and it was live, that parking lot. Like,
oh, I just saw lights and lights and lights and brake lights and brake lights. I said, there's no reason to rush out of here. We're not getting anywhere out of here soon.
No, against Willy Tiny's, advice, I drove there, and on night 2 when it was done, I think I probably sat in my car for like a good 25 minutes, 30 minutes before I decided to be like, all right, I think we can start moving now.
Yeah, I heard
that's an episode of a 30-minute show sitting there waiting.
There you go.
I heard people sitting in the car for an hour. Get out of the stadium. An hour, more than an hour and a half.
I mean, there were people sitting on the truck beds, just chilling. They're like, we're not going anywhere anytime soon, so it's like, let's just party.
Dream, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm actually going to be 43 on Friday.
Okay.
Your heart.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to be.
Okay. I'll be 40 a couple weeks. So my first knowing of Dusty was with the polka dots.
Yep.
Right.
Same here.
Yeah. Same here. Yeah.
Yeah. It took my grandmother to tell me about the NWA and the previous stuff, and she pretty much broke down the whole history on him for me. So I felt like I've seen it. And then, of course, the old VHS tapes of them.
Yes.
Thank God for YouTube.
Yeah,
right.
I remember as a kid, we would talk about wrestling, and I went to my friend. I'm like, man, after the Royal Rumble, I'm like, man, where's Dusty? Where has he been? And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, the announcer? I'm like, no, the wrestler, Dusty Rhodes. He's like, yeah. He's like, he's in WCW. I'm like, what's WCW? I don't know if I didn't have cable at that time or I didn't have Turner.
Because you were on some hard times.
Yeah, those
are hard times.
Those are hard times, Daddy. His last match was Royal Rumble 91. Him and Dustin versus $1 Million Man and Virgil when Virgil turned on Ted DiBiase.
Ted DiBiase, yes.
And there was no internet back then. I mean, he's just like, where is he? Week after week you're watching it and he's not there. And my friend's like, oh, he's an announcer now in WCW with the Big Boys play. So, and then I'm like, oh, what is WCW? And then once I got a cable box, then I had MSG Network and TBS.
Right.
And I started dabbling in WCW, but I was always a WWF, WWE guy.
Yeah, I started watching WCW a little bit when like Sting was first there, and then I really started watching WCW once Hogan appeared. Because it's like I'm following a WWF guy at the time, like goes somewhere new. It's like, what is this? And then it drew you all in with the NWO and everything. It just drew you in, and like you say, following Dusty there, it's like, I mean, something new, at the time.
Yeah, I remember like as a kid being so upset when Hogan left, and I remember watching that parade and like being so sick and disappointed. I'm like, oh, this is so bad. Yeah. I don't like this. I don't like Hogan leaving. And being a wrestling fan at that time, a WWF fan, was kind of embarrassing. The product was pretty bad. The gimmicks were bad. Mm-hmm. I mean, everyone had kind of shut it off. It's like, it was so not cool to watch wrestling in like 94, 95. Those 2 years were just really not good. You had Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart. Everything else was really not good. Taker, Diesel, the rest of it, Bastion Booger and Fry and Ferguson. And You know, all that stuff is, you know, not really.
TL Hopper.
TL Hopper and Duke the Dumpster and,
Yeah.
you know,
The Brooklyn
all that,
Brawlers.
you know, all that stuff is, you know, really not good. If you watch what the Royal Rumbles from those years and you see all the guys, the talent, you're like, who are these guys? This is bad. The gimmicks were bad. And up until 96, I would think it really started turning around.
Yeah.
But I had gone back and watched everything from Dusty. I'm currently watching Championship Wrestling from Florida on YouTube. As you know, the quality is really bad, but you get to see his early days, which is cool.
There you go. Yeah, like you said, wrestling. There was hard times in those couple years because I was away from wrestling for a little bit, and then like it wasn't until like Austin, like that era started coming back around. I was like, oh, this is cool again, and it just brought me back in.
Yeah, I never totally not watch it, but I'll always follow it, but I'll definitely kind of lose and be like, yeah, I'm not really invested in this, the stories and the characters, and I'll always watch the big pay-per-views and stuff, but baby, those are hard times, Daddy. When you got a guy bringing a plunger to the ring, baby, he's fighting a clown with a bucket, if you will. And then Austin comes and Brett, Mankind, Taker, Kane, and it's like, wow, it's getting, it's a turnaround. Goldust,
DX,
Shawn Michaels was on the rise.
Shawn Michaels on the rise, hands it off to Austin. Everything, Nation of Domination. I mean, it was getting super edgy. Val Venus. And it was, it got really, I remember, next thing you know, and I'm wearing wrestling shirts in school. People starting to see wrestling shirts in school. I mean, if you wore it before then, it was like, oh my God, you're, what are you doing? But DX shirts and Austin shirts. I remember it was like wear your senior year in high school, like wear you're going to college T-shirt. And I wore a Stone Cold what was that shirt? Stone Cold University. And the teachers,
I had one.
The teachers didn't want to let me wear it. I said, that's where I'm going to college. I'm like, sorry, that's all my parents could afford. These kids are wearing like Princeton and all these other Rutgers. I'm like, baby, I'm going to the School of Hard Knocks, baby.
Do you remember Dustin had a match in WCW, uncensored, I don't know what year, in the back of the semi-truck against Buckhouse Bully? That was a crazy match.
Yeah, that
dangerous.
That ultimately got them fired. It was against the guy who plays Repo Man.
Yeah.
And in Demolition, and it got them fired because they bladed, which they weren't supposed to. And it's funny because Dusty had gotten fired from Jim Crockett, NWA, WCW, whatever it was then, for the spike in the eye. And yeah, they both, they're like, oh, that was great. That was awesome. The ratings were great. Oh, by the way, you're fired. Or he was, Dusty tells the story, his fan tells the story that they were just so far apart from Crockett that he's like, I don't want to be here right now. It's just not the direction, they had changed the booker, and WCW had bought it, Ted Turner. And I forgot the gentleman's name. They always talk about him, who had taken over creative in WCW at the time. The guy who was a pizza company.
Russo?
No, it's not Russo.
Before Russo.
Before Russo. Jim Hurd.
Okay.
Jim Hurd. And, that's, same guy who chased Flair away when he went to WWF. They wanted to call him Spartacus, and Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard had left too. They were unhappy. It was just not good time. It was like changing owners of a team, and it's going totally downhill. But I don't think Dusty. I think it worked out for him actually that he ended up doing those 2 years in WWF because he made an impact on those fans. Those fans really didn't know him.
Nope.
And now you got, action figures with polka dots, chalk line jackets, polka dots, Funko Pops, everything. So it was kind of, whether it was a rib or whatever it was, it turned out to be, he got it over, and they still making money off of it.
What was your favorite match with the Dream?
If I go back, to me, it's when he beat Flair at Great American Bash for the title. I think 86. Some people say that it hurt him that he didn't win at Starrcade, but I could see that he needed the chase to keep going to sell out that Great American Bash tour that was for the whole month of July. And then he won the last night of the tour. So I think he booked it like, hey, I need this chase to continue all the way to Great American Bash so we can sell it out.
I actually heard Dusty booked it that way.
Yeah, I never heard it, but it makes total sense. And Dave LaGreca was actually talking about it on Busted Open Radio, and I started looking at things, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, he needed this. It wouldn't have been, I don't think it would have been sellouts if Dusty was champion. Everyone wanted to be there to see it happen, so he sold out every night. And then the last night in North Carolina, he ends up beating Flair for the title, which I think is the high point. And that's my favorite Dusty match of all time.
Nice.
There he is, baby. The American Nightmare.
That's your other son.
That's my straight from my loins, baby. The scout. Growing up, me and him, we would sit down and play WCW NWO Revenge on Nintendo 64, baby.
Awesome.
We would sit down and play that, I told him I don't know how to hit these buttons and these joysticks, put in, let's go to the arcade play WrestleFest, I don't want to play this game.
The best wrestling game ever.
I wasn't in it. I should have been, but
you should have been.
You should have been.
I don't know what they were thinking. They left me out of there. The
right,
pixel.
because you were part of the company at that time.
They couldn't figure out the pixelation of the polka dots at that time. The pixelation, if you will. They said, "Oh well, you know what? Just throw Sergeant Slaughter in there. Who cares? Throw him in there." But talk about Cody. What you see, he's a real, genuine, good guy in real life. He didn't have to bring me in the ring at a house show and put me over. Give me roses, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
And, he gave me two experiences of a lifetime at that. I don't even think they're going to go back to that arena. That arena only holds about 8,000 people. And the way they're selling tickets, I don't think they're going back to, that's Trenton, Cure Insurance Arena. I mean, I hit lightning lightning struck twice in that arena for me and Cody. I don't see them going back there anytime soon, unfortunately.
Now that I think about it, I met Cody at a restaurant right near your hotel, LA Willy. I did get a chance. This was years ago. This was his first stint with WWE. But he was just coming up. He was brand new in WWE.
So he wasn't dashing yet.
It's funny, I met him at Stardust when him and Dustin were champions. And they had the whole getup on, and I had all the polka dots on, and he's just pointing me, going, "Dad, Dad, 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 Dad." Dusty was still alive at the time. He just said "Dad" 100 times. "Dad, Dad, Dad." He was in a gimmick, and I had met Dustin before. I'm like, "Baby, you remember?" He's like, I'm like, "Who else is gonna dress like this, baby, to come see you?" And it wasn't the Cody you see now. But I remember him just in gimmick, total gimmick, not breaking Stardust, going like this, "Dad, Dad, Dad, Dad." And it was a lot different then because Dusty was alive still, But every time I've met him, he's, like I said, what you see on TV with him doing with the kids and the fans and the belts and, just everything. He's a really good dude, genuine. I always say the word genuine. He's I don't know him like that, but if you just look at his track record of everything he's done, he's a real genuine guy. And, I think we need that in the world today. I think we need a good guy at the face of the company, a genuinely good guy. Someone kids could look up to. I could say my daughter would be like, see that guy? Like see the way he does things? He's a good dude. You can look up to a guy like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is.
I got a question here from Bone Daddy's Tattoo. Hey, are these recorded and able to be watched later? Yes, they are. As soon as I end this, it'll be right on YouTube.
Yeah.
It'll be on the mothership station, baby.
Any more questions before we wrap this up? And the Dream, you want to say anything else before we close?
Yeah, baby, I'm gonna do a little plug for myself. Well, not myself. If you're in the New Jersey area, May 4th, it's gonna be 80s Wrestling Con. Me and my wrestling cosplay friends, World Wrestling Cosplayers, we're gonna be there. We're gonna be taking pictures with fans, and we're gonna be taking donations for charity. There's a young boy, Justin Carino, who unfortunately has leukemia. I think it is
related
in the Carino family. I believe it's Steve Carino's nephew.
Okay.
So his father wrestles for ISPW, and shout out to Tommy from ISPW for allowing us to do this. So I had the idea. We take so many pictures of people, and I said, we got to do something. We got to figure out a way to do something. And I had gone to Tommy. I said, how about we, we'll get a backdrop, and every picture we take with people, we'll take donations for him. 100% of everything we do, the donation is going to go to this young boy and his foundation. So May 4th, ISPW 80s Wrestling Con. Anyone in the New Jersey area, tri-state area, they got Arn Anderson's going to be there, Baby Doll, Tully Blanchard. They have a great lineup. World Wrestling Cosplays will be there. The guys I do the cosplay with, man, they're the best. They really put their heart and soul into it, and I couldn't be more thankful for those guys. And so get down, baby, come to the pay window, take some pictures and promos, and donate to this young man who's, he's talk about hard times. I mean, he's a very strong young boy going through a lot, and it's the least we can do. I've been blessed with so many experiences and meeting so many people, and I said, how can I give back? And I think this is the way to do it, and I'm proud to do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You sent me the link. I'll put them in the comments on YouTube and Facebook.
Yes, I appreciate that. 80s Wrestling Con.
And thank you for sharing that, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Yes, yeah. I'm gonna even we're trying to put together some. We literally just got it together. I literally just got the okay from Tommy, who runs ISPW and 80s Wrestling Con. So the boys and me are trying to put together a little promo picture and starting to get all the details written out. But I'll definitely send the link to 80s Wrestling Con. Should be a really great convention and should go over very well.
All right. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Dream.
Gentlemen, it's a pleasure, baby. Keep on living life on the end of a lightning bolt, baby. The stratosphere is reserved for me and you.
Thank you, Dream.
Thank you.
Tell Sapphire we said hi.
That's sweet Sapphire to you, baby.
Sweet.
Sweet. You left out the sweet, baby.
Sweet.
Don't leave out the sweet.
Sapphire.
Gentlemen, it was a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Oh,
Thank you.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
And hopefully we can do this again soon. Hopefully I have more stuff to talk about, more good news.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, guys.
We will love that.
We'll invite you back on.
You have a good night.
Dream out.
Wait, you have a podcast too, right?
haven't. Oh my God, I haven't done it. I haven't had the time.
Oh.
I haven't had the time. I've been working so much and everything. I'm. It's gonna be rejuvenated soon. I'm gonna rejuvenate it soon. I think. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. I'm gonna rejuvenate. It's just been so hard with work, family obligations, everything is. And that's a good friend of mine, Paul. We're gonna make a comeback with it. It's the way my social media is going, and after WrestleMania, I did do some stuff that I can't talk about. Everything I do with Cody and everything is not planned. I just show up with a ticket. Everything you see is going to the show, dressed as Dusty, buy a ticket. I did do some things that were very well planned, even at WrestleMania weekend, and I pray that they will see the light of day. And if they see the light of day, we'll have a lot to talk about.
Yes, hope to see
Can't go
it.
into detail, but if it
Sounds
sees the
good.
light of day, it's very awesome, and I really, really hope it does. So I'll leave you with that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sounds
right,
good.
guys.
Thank you. See ya, Mike.
Keep on living that American dream, baby.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. The dream.
The dream.
Guys,
I was like, yep.
we got to hit our music and we got to take it home.
All right.
Yes.
Don't forget
Yeah.
to like, comment, and subscribe to 3 Wheels of Wrestling podcast.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
This is the 3 Wheels of Wrestling podcast.
And we're out. Until next time.
Till next time.
Stay
gentlemen.
alert. We have 2 interviews lined up. Stay alert.
Yeah.
Yeah.